Hello YouTube, Derek here, Hardball Crazy, come back with a video. Have you noticed this year, if you're watching baseball, I assume most of you are if you're following my channel and are baseball card collectors, baseball card fans, that there's been an unprecedented amount of major league debuts by um, top prospects from each team, not just from your straight from their would-be AAA season, but they're getting called up from out from like would-be A-ball, 20-year-olds, guys who played A-ball last year. Some guys are probably aren't even ready yet, but they're still getting called up. Um, I guess the Major League Service concern has been thrown out the window. But I got to me thinking about showing off some of my first Bowman cards of these guys and talk about a little bit about baseball patience. I've been picking up, I don't do this as flippers or investing so much. I considered like the first Bowman cards of these, or first Bowman Chrome cards. I don't really do much of the autos. I do have a couple autos here, this low level prospects, not the high end guys, because I can pick it up pretty cheaply. I don't spend a great deal of money on these guys, never played a game, but if I spend a buck or two on the first Bowman cards, I easily happy to add those to my collection. I consider like the first Bowman card, if you think of the 80s, back at price guides and rookie definitions. If you're old enough to know, I consider the both first Bowman cards the XRCs, or extended rookie cards, in the first when the MLB happens, and the tops, the flagships, and tops chromes, and all those cards come out as a rookie card. So I kind of consider these the XRCs, and I pick them up. Each year I pick up like 4 or 5 guys who I think could make it. And go back, and some guys are starting to come on. I go back and pick them up. I don't usually on ComC if I don't have pack pulled, and I usually don't pay more than a buck or two for any of these. So I don't have any money invested into them. If they become great, they become stars. If not, oh well. I don't have any money hardly into them. So, but they're right now happy in my collection, and I'm going to show you these guys all made their major league debut this year. These are all their first Bowman cards, first Bowman Chrome cards or whatnot, except for a couple of elite extra editions who kind of predate or don't even have a Bowman Chrome. I'll explain that later. Of course, the big boy is Luis Robert. He already has 2020 Topps cards. His teammate Nick Mandrigal, this is his first Bowman Chrome card. There's Joe Adell. Joey Bart of the Giants. So Brian Hayes of the Pirates. If you don't know, that's Charlie Hayes' kid. He's always been known as a great third base fielding wise, just waiting for the bat to catch up. There's Chaz Chisholm. At this time it was the Diamondbacks that got traded to the Marlins in the Zach Gallen trade. Christian Pache. And actually, if you pay attention to his first Bowman draft card doesn't have the first Bowman logo on it. The first Bowman logo comes in after the following year's Bowman. So if you look at Pache's first Bowman Chrome, if you go for the autos, his doesn't have the logo. I'm sorry. Keibert Ruiz of the Dodgers catcher. Jorge Mateo, and now with the Padres, he got traded from the Yankees to the A's, the Sonny Gray trade. And a slew of Tigers. Casey Mize, former first round pick. Tarek Skubal. Isaac Paredes. Yes, it's pronounced Isaac. I didn't know that until I heard the announcers and the PA announcers on TV. Just announced today that he will make his debut later today. Daz Cameron, one of the key members of the Verlander trade. That's Mike Cameron's kid, an outfielder. Luis Garcia of the Nationals. He was a very young infielder. He kind of flew through the system. Here's a guy who turned heads in spring training and made his debut this year with the Reds. Doesn't have any first Bowman cards, but I did pull this card out of a 2018 Elite Extra Editions. Jose Garcia of the Reds. It's an emerald die cut number 49. Jesus Sanchez of the Marlins. Got traded from the Rays. Another guy who predates any his I think his first Bowman card is actually autographed only, so it's like, no, I'm not paying that much. So I got his earliest lead extra edition, Estevan Florial, the Yankees. A couple autographs I picked up pretty cheap. Actually, I have dupes of this one. I bought a 2-card lot. He called up last week, made his major league debut, hit a home run in his first game, and then within a few days later, he's on IL. So once he gets playing again, I probably will sell it or trade it off. That's Luis Campusino of the Padres. He was a Padres minor league player of the year last year, I believe. Catcher, obviously. And Leo Tavares of the Rangers. I picked this up, church cheap, or it was highly touted. It kind of faded a little bit, but still little glimpse. I think it still could be a decent player. So I had his card for a little bit. So most of these guys are probably going to be, if you hear that in the background, they're doing construction outside my apartment building. Lovely. Most of these guys are probably in the 2021 Topps flagship and Heritage and all those rookie cards. I don't think they'll be in a 2019 Topps update. Damn noise. 2019 Topps update cards. So a lot of these guys came from different levels in minor leagues, and they probably all won't hit it at the same time. So I'm going to talk a bit about baseball patience. If you are a fan of basketball and football, if you guys get drafted within year 3 or so, if they don't make it become a star, most likely they're not going to become a star. They may be some decent role players or something, but franchise type players, they're not going to be. And baseball is a whole different thing. A player might not become a star until several years after they make his debut, like a Christian Yelich or JD Martinez. Some may come in right away, like Acuna and a Soto or something like that, but that's like a rarity, more or less. Some guys might play in the minor leagues for 6-7 years before they make a debut. So you gotta have patience with baseball, because in baseball your careers last a lot longer. So if you make a debut it's like at 25, you still might have, like Martinez, you still might have like a 10-year career, like Hall of Fame caliber, and still become a legit star. Or like Boggs or Ichiro, they came in the league when they were 26 or so, and 26, 27, and they're the Hall of Famers, 3,000 hit guys, but the baseball career lasts so much longer, get to late 30s, so you can still have a 10-year career with ebbs and flows in it, and still at an older rookie year, like Alonso or a Judge or something like that. They came in a little later, but their body's a little different. Say Kyle Lewis is like his little older rookie, but he may have a long career because he could still play till like 35, 38 years old and still have a 12, 13-year career. And there's several All-Stars and MVP and the championship. Who knows? We don't know. But baseball is a different ball game than is basketball or football, especially football where the careers are so short, like the average year is like 2-3 years. So if you don't make it right away, you're not going to make it, most likely. Another thing, within the season, baseball is, obviously the game of failures and how you adjust to failures. If you fail 7 out of 10 times as a hitter, if you bat 300, you're still an all-star. And no one's done better than failing out of 3 out of 5 times since 1941. So take that in perspective. And everybody, every star, no matter who you are, even Mike Trout, Acuna, Soto, Cabrera, Pujols, name any Hall of Famer, name any All-Star, you name it, they've been through a 1 for 12 slump, a 0 for 15 slump. Look at Christian Yelich's first month of the season. Look at Cody Bellinger's ups and downs. Every ball player has a slump. And the thing about baseball is you only get 4 bats a game on average. So if you're a basketball player, you're in a shooting slump, or you're a football player, running back, or wide receiver, just bad matchup, or just not feeling it, or just mentally not there, you got a little nagging injury, or whatever the reason is, you have a bad game, you can still get fed the ball multiple times a game, like a basketball star. You say, oh yeah, I was doing something. You can go get 1 for 6, 1 for 7 shooting in a first quarter. All of a sudden, second, third, or fourth quarter, all of a sudden you can click. or keep feeding the ball and still get you 20 points into the game, even though you may shoot 30 balls in the attempts or whatever. Running back might still get his 100 yards, or receiver gets 100 yards, but you might get twice as many touches. Baseball, you don't do that. You get 4 bats one time around the order on average. Sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 5. And if you don't do it that day, you're done. All of a sudden you might, if you have a mechanical glitch in you have a nagging injury, or just mentally fatigued, but the team's counting on you to play on the lineup every day. That 0 for 4 might turn into a 1 for 15 really quickly, and all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, this guy stinks now. He's overrated. Blah blah blah. Patience. You got to have patience if you've watched baseball. It's a game of failures, and everybody's going to fail. That's the bottom line of the game. It's a humbling game, and that's what I want to talk about today. So I hope you enjoyed the video. That's my 2020 MLB debut, guys. Hope the noise wasn't too distracting. Some of these guys will make it, some won't. Some will make it right away, and some will take a few years to make it. But if you pull all these guys, we have unprecedented amount of 2021 top rookies coming out next year of top prospects. It's probably a good idea to hang on to them, hang on for a while, and don't get too caught up about the hype and woe was me, this guy sucks, blah blah blah. Just have some patience, just have some perspective. Keep that all in mind when you are pulling packs and pulling rookie cards and such. Thank you for watching, and have a good afternoon.